And there we are on the air.
Number 24, scheduled for one fall. I am Patrick alongside La Flama Blanca and Black Market Ivan. Val is not with us because she is at a Trump rally right now. No, I'm just playing. No, she's at the Hall of Fame game. I think the Bears are playing the Cleveland Browns, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Trump supporters there. Um, and yeah, so we're live on my birthday. And
yes, happy birthday, Patrick. I can't sing, but I'm gonna pretend like I can, and you just gotta go with it, okay?
No, you're my favorite poll, so that's all good. That's all
the best kind of compliment I've ever
received. I said it right? I said it right.
You did.
You're not offended. Okay, you're not offended by it. Okay, cool.
No. You used it very properly. They're actually okay. This past weekend, we did a real. I dragged Black Market Ivan to a real white thing.
Oh, I've seen the pictures.
Oh yeah,
I've seen the pictures.
So we went up to Wisconsin, to everybody's favorite town except for me. But went to the Bristol's Renaissance Fair for the people who are not from Chicagoland. And while we were walking around, there actually was this. She was like a trapeze, air acrobatic girl, and as we were walking by, she was on the microphone describing her moves, and she says her last name, which was a Polish last name, and she goes, "So because of my last name, you can guess why I'm good on the pole." And then it was like quiet, and I was the only person laughing in the crowd because it's a pun, but there's a lot. You don't feel ever alone because no one in the whole section of this girl's performance knew that she was referring to Polish as pole.
They just thought she meant she's a good stripper. So the adults in the place were like, "What?" But that was a good time.
Well, I'm glad you guys had fun. It looked like that was like a place where like white people would be skipping playing the flute.
Yep. It was actually.
Yeah,
well, see, I had no idea. I just just want to throw a stereotype out there.
That's an accurate stereotype.
Pat, are you familiar with the gathering of the Juggalos?
I think we both are.
Well, yeah. Well, we know about Juggalos and what happens when they gather in large groups, but have you seen the official event that happens every year?
I've seen videos of chicks getting fisted.
It's pretty much that. So because Renaissance Fair, yes, is like the ultimate white people event. However, you see a lot of Europeans, you see a lot of, because it's like a cosplay thing. Now, Gathering of the Juggalos. Now, Pat, hold on.
That's a very specific type of person who goes
here you
to
go.
this.
Pat, what would you say if I told you that next year, somewhere in Ohio or Iowa, somewhere near Corn, there's a big top stage, a carousel stage, a pendulum stage, Juggalo Championship Wrestling events, late night comedy, Juggalo parties, and hold on. You have such acts such as Tech 9, someone called Jelly Roll, the Dirty South King of Whiskey, Women, and Waffle House, Pat. Jelly Roll is in the house throwing it down for Whoop Stock. Crack a bottle of that old Southern Comfort and roll up a fat one as we take a ride down south and get live. Pat, what do you think about taking a ride down south with a bunch of white people?
Well, first of all, I thought they drunk Faygo Pop.
I know. I was going to say, why are they not plugging Faygo Party or some shit?
Number 2, Tech 9 is a legend. I would love to see him live. I just don't know if I would want to see him at the Gathering of the Juggalos because I don't know if I might fuck around and get fisted by somebody. That's the only so I don't know if I want to do that.
That's how you enter the dark carnival. That's
how you earn a final Joker's card.
No, yes. Now, Pat, being a world-renowned producer, let me ask you if you know any of the people that participated in this year's Juggalo Yacht Club wine mixer.
Oh my god, that's like everything.
That's a lot of shit.
I would want to go to, but not want to go to.
DJ Clay, White,
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Big Zane,
Never heard of him.
Scotty D,
Never heard of him.
and hold on. And before I tell you the last person, they had a how low can you juggalo limbo contest.
Oh my gosh.
The Fago chugging contest.
There it is.
And actually, that's it.
That just sounds like a musty event.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if I want to.
There's a lot of swamp ass happening there.
And no offense to juggalos, because I know there's a lot of juggalos that watch wrestling and stuff like that.
Themselves are nice people. There's a brotherhood and a
good
kinship.
Juggalos. Yeah, I met some great juggalos in my lifetime, but I don't know if I want to go to a Hollow Can You Juggalo contest.
Not
Especially,
even for your birthday.
Like I said, every video I've seen of Juggalo gatherings is chicks getting fingered, chicks getting their ass ate or fingered or fist. And I don't know. Like maybe some people like that. I don't know. I don't like seeing a guy human arm go in a rectum. But hey, you like it, I love it. I'm not gonna judge anybody,
I mean, my favorite highlight I've ever seen from a gathering was a really obese man with a belly that was pretty much on the floor. That's how big it was. And a skinny ass twig girl grinding and twerking on his belly.
Yeah, on the belly, not his crotch.
And it's like on YouTube or Instagram or I don't know. It's all over the internet. Just type it in. I'm pretty sure there's some stupid hashtag for it.
I would say go on YouTube and search Juggalo Gathering of the Juggalos fat guy, but it's just gonna show just the
videos.
Yeah. So with that said, we love the Juggalos. Please don't throw hatchets at me.
Please listen and rate us and review us on iTunes. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we are down with.
So speaking of all this Juggalo talk, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Oh, so I thought of you because it's your birthday and it's British, which is not you, but who knows?
I know. I was gonna say, what the fuck?
It's called Old Speckled Hen. Because you are the birthday boy and you are 1 year older, we decided to get something that is going to be a crack. And it's got like the what do you call it? Like a nitrous.
Oh, a ball. Yeah, it has like Guinness. It has a ball inside that keeps the foam like always consistent. So hold on. All right, everybody listen to this.
Okay, ready?
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh,
okay.
You heard that? Now here's one more because I'm drinking the same thing.
Oh, wow.
You can hear the foam. So
it's like we're breathing in nitrous gas.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like something in a factory.
Established in the year 1711,
which is the year of Patrick Pryor's birth. He just looks very amazing because he is a black gentleman and black don't crack, and we all know this.
That's what they say.
I would say that's racist, but you're complimenting him so much, so that's okay.
I'm going to accept it.
It is meant in the highest regard because I'm just jealous because you will always look 80,000 years younger than I ever will. So
hey, on this since we're commemorating and celebrating your birth, Pat, let me read to you what it says on this because we always give a wine facts or something. First, okay, this is like she said, it is a British beer. Brewed in on Westgate Street in Suffolk, England. So, first brewed to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the MG car factory and affectionately named after an old MG car used as a factory runaround. So this is actually an Old Speckled Hen is the name of an old school car. The Old Speckled One. Oh, the old speckled one. That's what they call it. A finely balanced. Sorry, I'm trying to read this in the dark. A finely balanced ale with a smooth, rich, malty taste. I like malt because when I think of malt, I think of Old English. perfect with Sunday roasts, cured meats, and cheese. So that's the kind of thing we're drinking. It's very thick, very creamy. So,
but I do have a little fact about just alcohol in general.
Hit us.
At any given time, 0.7% of the world is drunk. So
That's it.
50 million people are drunk right at this moment.
So here's cheers to 50 million and 3. Now, Pat, the birthday boy, what are you drinking, man? Or
Actually,
what
I'm not drunk tonight. I have unfortunately I'm drinking just cran black cherry juice tonight. Because after the podcast I got to get back to work and finish working on some music. So I can't be out of my mind. I did have some edibles and stuff ready, but when the job calls, it calls, unfortunately. So I have to work on my birthday.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
How much, and I know this is a serious question, because as our artist, I think all three of us here are artists.
Mm-hmm.
How much does smoking or just consuming edibles, how much does that really, really influence your music creation?
As of lately, a lot. I was one of those guys, always in the studio, being around, just rappers and all types of stuff. And I'm seeing them do coke, acid, all type of stuff. And they would be like, so like in zombie mode, but they would make like the greatest shit of all time. And I was always like, oh, I don't want to do that because I just feel like I'm gonna be an idiot. So I remember one time I tried some shrooms. Someone handed me some shrooms and was like, hey, Pat, you should do this. And all I can remember from that session was just laughing for like 4 hours. I don't think I got any work done. So as of this year, I started partaking in the Satan spinach. And now I'm coming up with, all different types of ideas and stuff that I would have thought of sober, because I'm always trying to think outside of the box. I don't like doing what other people are doing. And I feel like you can only do that when you're completely high out your mind on an edible. So it's played a lot, and it's helped a lot lately. Like I was definitely against it at first, but now I say like 80% of the time I create, I'm stoned, or I've eaten so much edible that I'm almost about to shit on myself.
No, but there's a lot of truth to that. Like when I draw or if I'm painting, there's some influence that I'm partaking in to help expand like what I'm trying to create, whether it's even just color choice or texture choice or a mixing a medium together. And it definitely just releases the doubt and self deprecation that comes with being an artist. So it allows you to be.
You're always criticizing your own work. You're your worst critic.
So that's we support you, and if that's what you need to do to help push your creativity to create the best kind of work, we
that's the best way. That's the best way. Just be as high as possible where you don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And I think I got to that point where I'm just like, and it's, like I said, now is like an 80% rate where I'll listen to whatever I made completely stoned out of my mind when I'm sober. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. There's never really a chance where it's like, oh man, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know what the hell is this Mario music I'm making. Like nothing like that. It's not circus music. So it definitely plays a good role in the stuff that I do. And I do encourage people that are legal, that are old enough to do that. Do it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Love
because
it.
I mean, I can't like me not being a scientist or a doctor, I can't imagine. Now, okay, if you're a surgeon, right, or a dentist, you need to be 100% focused and like You have to have blinders on, right? You have to be very focused on only the task at hand, nothing else. Art, kind of like in school, when you know when you go to school, they say, hey, math and science and that stuff, that's one side of your brain. Art and music and stuff is the other side. So if one side of the brain needs absolute focus to execute your job properly, well, the other side of the brain needs the opposite. Like even if I'm, you know, writing, let's say, you know, you're writing a script of something, or you're writing dialogue, or like you said, Daniel, painting, drawing, whatever you're doing, you're creating something.
Yeah.
If you're focused only on that, your mind is closed, right? You're closed off to influences, you're closed off to other ways, you know. Well, yeah, I mean, you're inside the box. So I think scientifically, whether it's smoking or drinking wine, or hey, even coffee, right? Coffee is a vascular dilator as well. It increases blood flow to your brain, you know. Like I growing up, you get chastised in school for not, like, having focusing issues, and so much that they prescribe kids, you know, ADD medicine just because they don't pay attention in school. Whereas it's like, actually, you shouldn't be paying that close of attention. Now, once again, if you're trying to be a doctor, this is a different story. Please pay attention. I don't want you to take out
your homework.
I don't want you to do open heart surgery and then you put, you know, my kidney in back instead of my heart or something. You know, I mean, that stuff matters. But so with that said, you're not drinking anything, Pat. That's okay. Hopefully you've had a fun birthday, but the night is young.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I got like 2 buckets of chicken from Popeyes. Well, not buckets, 2 boxes of chicken from Popeyes. Then I felt like, you know what? I want more chicken. So I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and got me some.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, you must be so thirsty right now.
You're gonna like
sodium
turn into a chicken because you've eaten so many chickens today.
It's been a while since I partook in the coon bird.
Oh
so
my!
Yeah, I know that's racist. I'll edit that out.
Hey, it came from you.
Yeah. So I just feel like I just wanted to partake in that. I knew I wasn't going to be drinking or smoking, so I wanted to just substitute that with chicken. And
nice.
Like I said, Buffalo Wild Wings wasn't on the menu. I just drove past and I was like, holy shit, Buffalo Wild Wings sounds pretty good. And I'm pissed about that because I paid for a medium, which was $17, and I was supposed to get 16 wings, and I only got 9 wings. So I'm upset about that.
It's gonna be a bad year. It's just a bad omen right there.
How did you?
I didn't check it. Normally, no, because I feel like I'm one like, all right. I know we're getting off topic for a minute, but I'm kind of a picky eater. Okay, so like when I go to let's say when I used to go to McDonald's or whatever, I would get me a double quarter pounder without cheese and without onions. If I go to Burger King, I like my burgers plain with no ketchup, no mustard. I don't know why. I know it's the same fucking ketchup and mustard that's on fucking McDonald's burgers or whatever, but I just don't do it. I feel like you cannot go wrong with chicken. If I go to Popeyes and order chicken, I shouldn't have to check it unless it's unless I ordered like spicy and they gave me mild or something. But you still can't really tell unless you like a fucking chicken's psychic. You can look under the breading and know if it's spicy or not. But yeah, I felt like you can't fuck up chicken. No need to check it. I'll check it when I get home. And I open up the box, and I should have known because it should have weighed 2 pounds. Felt like it was like 1.3.
Oh, no.
That's okay. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
That's
terrible.
It was when you get home too. That's the worst thing. It's like, well, I'm not going back out.
Yeah, that was it. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just eat these wings and call it a day. Holy shit! I'm watching a match. I know, we're about to talk about wrestling, and I'm watching a bash at the beach, and there's who is this? Big Boss Man is Big Bubba going against the guy formerly known as Earthquake, but I don't know, it's weird because he has half his head shaved, but it's not like a normal half. It's like the left side is completely shaved and the right side is like long. And I think this is like a sock on a pole match or something. I don't know. It's Bash at the Beach. Bash at the Beach 96. I'm watching while we're doing this podcast. But fuck Bash at the Beach. Fuck beaches. You know what?
Fuck beaches. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold on. Pat, very important question.
I'm offended.
We've got the host of the Gamesman podcast.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're still going. They're still going strong.
Wow.
Hardly Dan.
Welcome to the show.
He's in the chat, and he has a very valid question, Pat. He said,
okay,
are you sure you didn't just eat the other 7 without noticing? Were you in that state of mind?
How far deep were you into these edibles?
Okay. No, first of all, I was completely sober when I opened up these chicken wings because I felt like, you know what, I really need to, like, first of all, I wanted to like just sit and look at them for a minute.
You wanted to take in the beautiful art masterpiece.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I have this fetish with salt and vinegar lately. Like I love salt and vinegar Pringles. Like that's like my thing. That's like one of my high snacks. Salt and vinegar Pringles. I bought like 5 cans the other day. I think I'm down to like 2. So like, yeah, I opened it up and I'm black, so I can count chicken. It's kind of like a crackhead. It's kind of like a dope fiend that, like, hey, I know I paid for more weed. This is not enough weed here. And that's how I felt. I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm missing some chicken. And I feel like if I paid $17.86 to be exact, I should at least have all my wings. But it's okay. It's whatever. Fuck Buffalo Wild Wings. Fuck them.
In the words of, this year, I think everybody's slogan should be bad luck, Fale's fuck him phrase. I think that applies to a lot of things in our lives.
We need to make that, you know what, Pat, anytime
edit that clip.
Someone says that phrase, you got to play it. You got to edit.
Yes, I'm going to edit him into the podcast. Definitely will. But
real quick, one more thing, and then we'll get back into, I know it's half. First of all, I don't know I think you addressed this at the top of the show. Yeah, you did. Val, shout out to Val. She's not with us today.
Yes, Miss Val Suzuki Capone. Yeah. You are very much missed if you end up listening to this live.
You know what? I'm just gonna show up at her fucking house. As soon as she gets back to Chicago, I'm just gonna show up at her house
and just start recording.
Yes. With a case of Impossible Burgers, and I'm gonna bring my mic, and we're just gonna I'm gonna call you guys and be like, all right, we gotta do the podcast right now.
Well, it's gonna be like
we'll just like drive down by you. We'll just sabotage Val and Tall Dad. We'll just be all in the same place.
Well, real quick, because we've got our, when someone's listening live, I really want to shout them out. First of all, Dan, Hardly Dan of the Gamesman he's in North Devon, UK. So it's like 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Isn't it like 7 hours ahead?
I think it's 5 hours. I don't know if I think it's BST, British Summertime. So it's either 5. So anyways, shout out to Dan for listening to us in the middle of the night. He's a big vapor. So, so if you go on this guy's page, this guy has the most exotic vapes, that side of the world there. But right now it's 4:30 a.m. he says, in the chat, of course, on the YouTube channel, you can listen to us live any time, Thursdays live from Chicago.
Yeah.
So he said, Pat, hey, eating something or drinking something without noticing he goes, it's easily done. I have no idea how this bottle of scotch got so low. And he's shouting out the Glenfiddich. I think it's Glenfiddich. I don't know if it's Glenfiddich. I think it's Glenfiddich IPA Experiment. I have not had that version of it, but I have had the Glenfiddich line of scotch. So once again, so we'll dedicate this Old Speckled Hen Ale to you, Dan, for representing us over in the UK. And of course, check out thegamesman.com, I believe is the URL still. So guys, non-wrestling, real quick. This is already half an hour of non-wrestling updates, but the new segment of the show, Danielle, La Flama Blanca, anything non-wrestling related you just want to shout out, from this last week? Besides the Renaissance Fair, I think that's about it, right?
You put me on the spot.
That's okay. You only had 1 week to think about it, but it's okay. Pat, what about you? Anything
That's some
non-wrestling related besides what we
shade
talked about already?
thrown my way.
Um,
The umbrella.
No, not really. Just happy that my new single is doing pretty well.
Plug it.
I have a new record called Help Myself with my homie Jay. It is the second single on my EP coming out at the end of the summer. Like I said, doing really, really well. It's going to be previewed on a couple Apple music radio stations very shortly. Once again, Rick Wilson has a show tomorrow, which I'm not going to be at because I'm just like mentally drained. But it's a after party for Lollapalooza. If you happen to be at Lincoln Hall, it is there again. It's going to be crazy. It's sold out. Who knows? You know what? Fuck it. I might just show up. Fuck it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's happening. Also, Rick Wilson will be at Rolling Loud in San Francisco, which is like one of the biggest fucking festivals outside of Lollapalooza and Coachella and stuff like that. So if you're up in the Northern California region, check him out and listen to him perform Don't Rush, produced by me and featuring me. So maybe they might have a hologram of me.
Oh my god.
That
Don't Rush. Don't Rush is the song that's going to be in your song that you produced. Is that the one that's going to be in Forza Horizon 4?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Wow.
So
oh my god, Patrick Pryor, can I get your autograph?
Hey, calm down now. I don't want you selling it on eBay now. Not a big buck. No, but yeah, from what I know so far, yeah, it will be on Forza 4. We just finished like the paperwork for that stuff, so look out for that, and that will be the first Forza I ever buy.
Is that one? I think is that one going to be in
it's
the UK?
Be well, I know. I don't know if it's going to be in the UK. I don't know, but I do know if you own an Xbox and you have the Xbox Game Pass, which is $10 a month, which I happen to have, it will be in there for free first day on launch day. So
Rick Wilson, RIC Wilson, Don't Rush. Anyone listening to this show, go on YouTube, buy it. You could buy it on iTunes. That is produced by our co-host here, and it's going to be in Forza Horizon 4. Pat, like I said it this many episodes ago, Forza Motorsport 2 had such a great soundtrack that a lot of those bands I still listen to this day because of that game. So somebody will be playing that game. I mean, hopefully any somebody's will hear that and be like, man, let me research this. Also, that's huge, man. That's
huge. So that's been great. Yeah, and like the song's already in rotation at Starbucks and Forever 21. So that's also good as well. It's been a good year so far. It's been, can't complain.
And by the way, I think this is going to be the British episode because Forza Horizon 4 is going to be across Great Britain. So shout out to Old Speckled Head Ale. Shout out to Dan Knappman in the chat. Shout out to you know what? I know previous podcasts we've had have had a audience in the UK. I don't know if this show does, but if you guys are in the UK, let me know. I'd be curious. I'd be curious to listen.
You never know who listens to this show. Like, it's crazy.
Wait, is there a way like you could, triangulate the downloads?
I probably can. I'll have to look in what's that? In the Apple thing, and I can check. I'm pretty sure I fucking paid for it, so I better be able to fucking see it.
So with all that said, I'm only gonna say one more non-wrestling thing, and then that's it. Literally, Pat, half an hour ago, the Black Ops 4 private beta on PlayStation 4. It's supposed to come out tomorrow, August 3rd. It came out today, and if I had known it was already out, I would have been playing it a few hours ago. So I got to play 3 rounds of Black Ops 4. I streamed it for a little bit. You got to see it a little bit.
I like
it. Dude, it's so fast. Even without wall running and boost jumping, it is fast. It is clean. The sound design, Treyarch's sound design is so sharp, and like the reloading sound, it just Treyarch, every one of the 3 Call of Duty development houses does things differently, right? And Treyarch got the sound design, man. So even though I remember the first Black Ops, like the reloading sounds, the cocking the gun back, the bullet sounds, the casings on the floor, everything sounded amazing, and this game is no different. I did get absolutely slaughtered the second match, but I'm gonna blame that on the net code sucking, and that's the point of a beta, right? Is to iron out those kinks. So there were times I would watch the kill cam, someone was just dumping bullets into me. It doesn't even show me lifting my gun, but I remember having a firefight with them. So that's normal. It's the first few hours of the beta. It's to be expected. Pat, are you still gonna get a PS4 to play this game?
Yeah, and it will be very shortly. I kind of wanted to pick up one today, but I don't know why I didn't. I think I bought like $50 worth of chicken instead. I don't know.
Well, priorities.
I have it shortly. Yeah, I have it shortly.
So, guys, I know Call of Duty Black Ops 4 comes out in October, but let's not look that far into the future. Let's just look a few hours into the future to New Japan Pro Wrestling, the G1 Climax current standings. Guys, this is almost a month-long tournament. There are only 5 nights remaining. I'm going to give you A block and B block current standings. Of course, for every win, you get 2 points. Every draw, you get 1. Every loss, you don't get anything. The winner gets to headline Wrestle Kingdom against the IWGP heavyweight champion. Here we go. A block leading the charge with 12 points. Look at this comeback. Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Wow.
With 12 points. Huge comeback.
Mm-hmm.
With 10 points, you have the IWGP US champion Jay White, Switchblade Jay White.
Not anymore.
Hold on. No, not anymore.
Juice.
You've been smoking
Chicago.
Oh, guys,
Chicago
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's disrespecting
no,
our hometown.
I'm sorry. You're right. But Switchblade, he had the belt for so long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If anyone listening to the show just crashed while hearing that. So Jay White with 10 points and the former IWGP heavyweight champion Kazuchika Okada with 10 points. Then 4th and 5th place, Evil, the man who, Pat, you are slating to win, and Minoru Suzuki Capone with 8 points. Then with 6 points, we've got Bad Luck Fale and Michael Elgin.
Fuck Mike Elgin.
I have to wait. I always have to have the pause.
Fuck him.
Togi Makabe and Hangman Page with 4 points. And at the bottom of the list, the Dolph Ziggler of New Japan, in that this guy's been around forever. He's put in his dues, but yet gets jobbed out to everyone. Yoshihashi with 2 points.
I'm kind of surprised about Hangman Page, man. I thought they would give him more push.
I know. But at least, he's on there.
Yeah.
I'm happy he's in there. B block, Kenny Omega with 12 points, the current IWGP champion. Once again, if he wins the tournament, he picks who he will headline Wrestle Kingdom with if he still has the title at that show. 10 points, you got Tetsuya Naito, the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón. Then you've got one half of the Golden Lovers, Kota Ibushi, with 8 points. Sonata and Jack Baber Jr. with 6 points each. Then you got Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, Tama Tonga, Juice Robinson with 4 points each. And at the bottom of the charge, the comedic, what's the word? What the hell's the word in a movie when someone's there just for comedy? It's
relief?
The comic relief. Guys, what's wrong with me today?
I don't know, but can we just take a moment of silence for Tama Tonga?
For being 4 points?
Yeah, I'm hurting. My soul is hurting.
All right, so hold on. There's 5 nights left. If he wins the next 5 nights, that's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. If he wins the next 5 nights and Kenny Omega and Tetsuya Naito and Kota Ibushi don't win anymore, he can win.
Yeah.
So he has
It's
to win the
just-
next 5 nights.
I'm just gonna drink my sorrows away.
So August 4th, August 5th, August 8th, August 10th, August 11th are the last shows, guys. Next week's show is August 9th. So next week, we're still going to have some shows remaining. This is a long freaking tournament. Guys, Pat, do you still want Evil to win? And Danielle, do you still want
Yes.
Tamatonga to win? Okay. And I still think Tamatonga must win. Once again, I want to see the full Bullet Club implosion. But if Evil won too, a.k.a. the Japanese Rob Van Dam, I'll be happy.
The Japanese Rob Van Dam.
Dude, look at his... Dude, literally, he even does... he did a version of the jumping, spinning roundhouse kick when someone's holding a chair. And he's, his outfit. I mean, look at his outfit.
hair,
So,
yeah.
Did you watch Impact Wrestling, Pat, which happened 24 hours ago?
Yes, I did. I ran through a little bit of it.
You want to hit us with the results?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna say I think her name is Kiera Hogan, not related to that fucktard Hogan. Hope. And Ali, not related to Muhammad Ali, defeated Su Young and her undead bridesmaid. I thought this was a decent match. I like Su Young's character with these undead bridesmaids. It kind of gives me like that old Mortal Kombat feel. Just have like the druids around and stuff like that. Not like the Undertaker or anything like that crazy shit. Tessa Blanchard comes out afterwards and hits Ali with the Hammerlock DDT, aka the Almas finisher. If you're not familiar with that. The OGs from LAX, I guess, Hernandez and Homicide. That's his name. I was going to call him 187. They defeated some jobbers named Nathan Smokes and Ray Steele. These sound like two porn stars.
It sounds like people that would be at the gathering of the Japanese.
Yeah, they definitely sound like juggalos. Defeated them, and they still have their tag team titles spray painted NWO style.
And they're not even their titles, right? It's LAX's titles.
Yeah, it's LAX's titles. They just took them and spray painted them.
This is all of spray. I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I like that too. Like I said, I just gotta give them props, man. They have been Impact has been stepping it up. They've been stepping it up. So I'm not gonna complain or anything like that. Let's get back into this. The Desi Hit Squad. I don't have no idea who the fuck that is. Defeated KM and I'm gonna assume that's the fake Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Fallah Ba guy, like I said, fake Yokozuna. I'm pretty sure he's a excellent person. I just can't get into it because he's literally a Yokozuna clone. Like he just woke up one day as a kid, it's like, you know what? I want to be 600 pounds. I want to walk barefoot, and I'm going to have pretty much the same tights that Yokozuna had, but instead of red, I'm gonna be blue. And yeah, I'm gonna grow my hair out like him too, and I'm gonna do the bonsai drop as well. So can't get into him, but I'm pretty sure he lost. Yeah, he did lose. Okay. Austin Aries defeated Dustin Cameron to retain the Impact World title. I'm pretty sure this is the guy that was with Santino last week, one of the Santino students or whatever. Apparently Austin Aries didn't come out in his ring gear. Eddie Edwards comes out, hits Aries with a kendo stick. Typical stuff. Great. We had a segment from some chick. We'll just skip that. Nothing important there. Eli Drake and a member of the cult of Lee defeated what was that? Grotto,
which is like
the fat guy, the fat comic relief guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Him and Joe Hendry, I guess. Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, aka the Lucha Brothers, defeated Ohio versus everyone. I'm pretty sure that was a great match. Didn't get a chance to see it. I did see a few highlights via the TDE Twitter, where they do like wrestling gifs and stuff like that. And I'm thrown off because like I said, I'm watching 1996 Bash at the Beach, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan is fighting DDP, and this is like,
wow, that sounds like the worst match ever made.
yeah, pathetic. Yeah. So yeah, that was Impact Wrestling. Like I said, they stepped it up so much, man. I'm so happy that don't get it twisted. They're not a contender. They're not a immediate threat to WWE, but it's nice to see that we do have an alternative, and like I said, stepping up the production value of it, and bringing in a lot of new guys to kind of give it like a good feel. Get all those old fucks out, and yeah, Impact was pretty decent from what I saw this week. So yeah,
Well,
that's Impact news.
Thank you, Pat. And yes, and in case anyone's listening, like, wow, these guys didn't even watch it. Hey, we weren't even covering. We were calling it Piss Pack only weeks ago. So we're it's getting better. It's getting better. We're at least going to cover it, and I'd like to start watching it, but it just comes the same night as NXT, so it's hard to find time.
Yeah. NXT. If I had to choose still between NXT and Impact, I'm still going to choose NXT. But I don't know, man. I think Impact, if they could get like a replay like thing, like a replay show or something. I know they have their own like network.
Yeah, they call it. Well, their YouTube channel is pretty good, but they call it ICYMI, like in case you missed it. But it's by the way, Val, our co-host, is in the chat room. She said it's pronounced Grado. Okay, he's Scottish. And then she said the Bears lost to the Ravens.
Well, I'm not surprised at that. Me being a Bears fan all my life, you know what? I'm almost, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Fuck the Bears. I would rather take a shit in my hands.
Oh my!
I'd rather take a shit in my hands and clap than to watch a Bears game. I just
in your hands and clap.
You know what? I take it all back. I take it all back. I take it all back. It's only one game.
I'm just so visual in everything that's said to me. I just am mortified about.
I'm so sorry.
Everything in the past 30 seconds that has been said.
I'm so sorry. I'll take it back. It's only one game. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm sorry. Okay.
Do you think Val was a bad luck charm for the Bears?
Oh no!
Oh hell no! No, she wasn't. No, they suck whether Val was there or not.
Okay, Val said she has to now drive 6.5 hours. Love you, dudes. Please, Patrick, do not poo in your hands. So that was a little okay.
Yeah, keep eating this chicken. I might.
Oh my God.
So Danielle, any thoughts on Impact? I know you haven't been watching it, but what do you think? Are you interested?
I am interested. I am torn, but we'll have to discuss on how we can actually watch Impact.
The Fight app, the Fight TV app. I don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah,
we don't have cable.
NXT is very accessible, where we don't have cable or anything, so we just literally stream shit. So if we find a way to watch it in an easy form, then I definitely am on board. Again, I love Don Callis. I can't even fucking say his name.
That's racist.
So I definitely want to watch now. I'm very interested.
Yeah, and by the way, I just sparked up Satan Spinach. I knew I was gonna be sober. Fuck it.
I thought, yeah.
I know. Fuck it. It is what it is.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Val said it's preseason, not hand crapping worthy. And then she said, and this needs to be on a t-shirt. She said she is good luck valet instead of bad luck valet.
You know what?
Valet. That needs to be a t-shirt.
Clever.
That's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt.
Damn, Val.
You know what? I need to find someone that can print that out, wear that to All In. I've been looking for an All In outfit. I can't find one. I was gonna wear this one t-shirt that had Booker T and Stevie Ray when they said the Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you.
Oh my God.
I was gonna wear that. And then another buddy of mine's had a Life of Taker shirt. That's kind of like the Kanye's Life of Pablo. But yeah, like I'm trying to figure out an outfit to wear. You know, I don't want to. In a minute, I'm just gonna buy a Rey Mysterio and Lucha Libre mask.
Why don't we just all buy like Enzo shirts?
No, I will not.
I would, yeah.
I will
That
not
piece of
spend
shit.
the money I don't have on
Yeah,
that.
that piece of shit. Oh, we'll talk about him later on. Oh my god, it's
Do we
just.
have to? Can we just pretend? He doesn't-
You're right. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, so that was so that was Impact. That was Impact Wrestling. No longer in piss. No longer in piss.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's some redemption. That should be called the redemption segment. Okay.
Yeah, or Impact Redemption.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, Pat, you said you did not watch Raw, right?
No, I did. I
Oh.
watched that bullshit.
No, he didn't watch SmackDown.
Yeah, I watched the bullshit.
So can you depress us and rapid fire these?
Yeah,
results?
I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as possible or whatever. We had the segment at the beginning of the show. Kurt Angle comes out. He basically tells Paul Heyman, who also comes out, tells him he has until the end of the show to produce Brock Lesnar in the ring. If he doesn't, he is terminated, fired, whatever the case may be. He also banned the Big Dog from the arena. I think he kicked them out or some shit like that. First match, we have Constable Baron Corbin defeating Finn Balor, which I thought was Baron Corbin's best match in the WWE. This is by far his best match, best work he's ever done. I don't know if it was Finn Balor or he just stepped his shit up. Great match, great counter into the end of days at the end. Wonderful. There was a segment in the back with Alexa Bliss and Alicia Fox, who was looking really good these days, and she defeated Natalya out of nowhere, and I think she was with what's her fucking name? Ronda Rousey.
Oh,
yeah, or something like that. I don't know, because that was like the whole big thing. They've been I don't know if you guys saw it on Instagram. WWE, they posted this picture of Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey on it saying, oh, they're both going to be scheduled to appear. And Seth Rollins left a comment saying, yeah, me too. And I'm here every week. Yeah, every week. Yeah, so that was great. Then piss break of the night. Elias challenges Bobby Lashley, Bobby Eyebrows, to a duet. And
duet? No, like a singing duet?
Yes, Bobby Lashley was singing.
Oh goodness gracious! Does he sing?
Yes, he sings, and I'm just going to leave it as that.
Oh my gosh,
it's up there with "This Is Your Life," Bailey. Jinder Mahal defeated Braun Strowman via countout. Don't give a shit about this because I don't like what they're doing with Jinder Mahal. It sucks. I even tweeted this on the Schedule for One Fall Twitter. Apollo Crews defeated Akam from Authors of Pain. I couldn't believe it. First of all, I don't know when the Authors of Pain started speaking English. They speak perfect English now. They cut a promo in the back that was so robotic. I just rather them speak whatever they were speaking. I don't want to offend anybody and say they were speaking gibberish or anything like that.
One is
Damn,
Indian.
I just said it.
One of them is Indian, and one of them I think is Bosnian or Croatian.
Yeah, like I'd rather them do that, but I guess you got Jinder, but Jinder Mahal doesn't do that anymore. He's this guy that's all about peace and understanding, which is bullshit once again. Seth Rollins defeated Drew McIntyre via disqualification. Loved Dolph Ziggler's hair this week. He had it laid like a lion. Look decent, but hey, you're getting older, 38 now. You gotta change up the look a little bit. The Revival defeated Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that team.
Holy shit! They gave the Revival a fucking win.
Yeah,
I would fall off of my chair if I was drunk enough. But
yes, that was great. Then we had Sasha Banks and Bailey, the Boston Hug connection.
That is the worst thing ever.
Never like that's kind of like Ahmed
blasphemy.
Johnson territory of names on the show, in my opinion. Like, that is fucking stupid.
Yes, it is fucking stupid. So the Boston Hug connection, they defeated the Riot Squad. Which
you know what, the Boston Hug connection. If I were single, right, and I saw Danielle at the bar, and I'm like, wow, and we're talking, we're hitting it off, and Danielle's like, oh, hold on, let me call my friends. They're over there, and they showed up, and those two showed up with their stupid like hands forming a heart thing. I would be like, hey, I forgot something in my car, and I'd drive the hell back home.
Yeah, and I'd be like, man, cock squatters.
Really, no, it's like the ultimate cock blockers. Like, that is so ridiculous. So that is the worst. And then to bastardize the concept of the Rocket Sock connection, to just spit on the Rocket Sock connection with that crap.
Yeah, again, I didn't even watch Raw, but I saw on the IG that photo that's going to be posted, and then Mr. Black Market Ivan expressing his dislike for the photo, and I wanted to just throw my phone. That was my reaction.
And by the way, Pat, one more. No, you know what? I'm gonna save it for later. Okay, go on.
Okay, so the most confusing part of this whole Monday Night Raw, which made me scratch my head on my shoulders a couple times, and I'm trying to figure out like who is booking this shit. It doesn't make any sense. So we have Kurt Angle's back out in the ring. He calls out Paul Heyman saying, hey, it's the end of the show. You need to get Brock Lesnar's ass out here or he's fired. Brock Lesnar, the whole show, which I thought was very entertaining, was reading hunting magazines and basically told Paul Heyman he's not coming out. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't watch Monday Night Raw, so he don't give a damn what's going on. Paul Heyman comes out. He's he has this look on his face of concern, and he's like, I tried to talk to Brock. He won't come out. He doesn't want to come out. So Kurt Angle fires Paul Heyman. He's on his hands and knees begging Kurt Angle, please don't, and then Brock Lesnar music hits. Paul Heyman starts laughing and smiling in Paul Heyman fashion. Brock Lesnar comes out with the title, gets in the ring. Mind you, Kurt Angle's in the ring with Baron Corbin as well and Paul Heyman. Brock gets the mic. He asks Kurt Angle, does he have a problem with him? He asks Baron Corbin, does he have a problem with him? They stare each other down. Then Brock Lesnar fucking F5s Kurt Angle just out of nowhere. And then he gets up and looks at Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin gets out of the ring and leaves. Which, all right, I get it from a standpoint of, all right, Baron Corbin stood up to Brock Lesnar. That would probably turn him face, I'm assuming. But he just got out the ring or whatever. But it just didn't make any sense because, like, Baron Corbin's like this badass. And when he asked Baron Corbin if he had a problem with him, he kind of looked at him like, dude, like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, he had that, kind of demeanor to him. Another thing I didn't like about this is that we've had the monster among men, the monster in the bank, who's been talking shit all month about how he wants to beat Brock Lesnar's ass and how he's going to cash in on him. And there was not a peek from Braun Strowman during this fucking segment. It just didn't make any sense. So yeah, Brock Lesnar came out F5 Kurt Angle, and then he started to attack Paul Heyman as well. I'm assuming that's maybe that's gonna play into later on, like they're gonna split, or they're just gonna I don't know. But he did attack Paul Heyman, basically told him like, look, we're not friends. And he left. And that was the end of the Monday Night Raw show. I thought was piss. Monday is piss.
Piss is war. Yeah, I mean, first of all, and I'm gonna say this every week until it happens. I'm telling you, Braun Strowman needs to show up on 205 Live,
Oh, God.
say, I'm cashing in my belt for the Cruiserweight Championship, and they need to just spend the year trying to dethrone this monster who has the 205 Live Championship until Neville comes back and defeats him. Just do it, WWE. So that's one point.
Wow,
the second point is,
what a random.
no, we mentioned it last week when we were drunker
Oh,
than we are now, and I
really
thought it was a
don't
great idea.
recall that at all, but you know.
Then, second, mark my words, Paul Heyman will help whoever is fighting Brock Lesnar to win the belt.
Reigns.
Well, so he's going to help Roman Reigns win it.
Oh, this is another. I forgot to mention this part because Roman Reigns was part of the show. I forgot. He cut a promo. Yeah, see, that's how pissed off I am at Roman Reigns.
No, you forgot about the puppy pound?
Yeah.
Pat?
He cut a promo, saying that pretty much, Brock, he's here now, but he's always too busy for the WWE, but yet he can go to UFC and all this shit. And he was cutting his promo, and I had the audacity of the WWE universe to actually cheer for Roman Reigns. No, don't call for the big dog now. No, you've been booing him for 2 years. Don't call for him now. Don't cheer for him now. No, it was boo. Roman sucks. Remember that? Beach balls during WrestleMania? Now you want to cheer for Roman Reigns? No, don't call for the big dog now. He doesn't give a fuck about you. You know what? Yep, and that's all I gotta say. That was another thing I didn't like too. The crowd was actually cheering for Roman Reigns. And I get it. Brock Lesnar is, his character, not him as a person is a bitch, but his character is a little squirm. It's like, what the fuck, but yeah, the crowd was actually cheering for Brock Lesnar. And I thought that was you guys are so, whatever.
Because the WWE universe is the flakiest type of fan crowd ever. Like, I mean, I'm part of it, so I get it. I mean, like, I was all about Raw and SmackDown and on, and can give two shits about it. So I'm in that same group as I'm calling out right now. So I don't know. What do you expect from a bunch of flakes? They're gonna just bounce around. There's not loyal to anything or anyone.
Yeah.
Well, so with Raw ending, real quick, I was thinking of topics for today's show, Pat, thinking of it being your birthday, and I was like, maybe we should have a segment of like nostalgic moments, like what are your favorite childhood memories of wrestling. But so I asked the chat, and Hardly Dan over in the UK, he said his favorite memory, right? This is just to cleanse the palate before we move to SmackDown, because well, let me take one step back. I was thinking about that topic of favorite wrestling memories because I was like, you know what? We talk so much trash about WWE sometimes, or most times, that we may forget why we liked wrestling in the first place. But they are making it very hard for us to remember why we like watching them. But anyways, Hardly Dan, just a little throwback here. He said his favorite, well, it's not a favorite memory, but he liked when Jake the Snake got quote unquote killed, and he thinks it was
I remember that Earthquake sat on him.
Oh, he thought it was the Undertaker, but he said he might be wrong. So Earthquake sat on the snake?
Yeah, and I remember WWF at the time was under fire because they really thought Earthquake squashed them, because it was like, I think it was a bag full of ground beef or something. So it looked disgusting.
Well, he said he was still at boarding school back then, and they used to watch WWF on the weekend. So that's a pretty cool memory. That's pretty awesome. So let's see. So Raw. Well, one last big news update, Pat. This is breaking news as of like an hour ago. I put it there in the doc. Would you like to announce it?
Yeah, I guess it don't do shit for us because he's not the mayor here. But Kane is the mayor of Knoxville County in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Officially.
So that means no more Team Hell No, which I'm very happy about. No more of him just showing up at Raw out of shape and putting over Braun Strowman and Big Show or whatever. So very happy for him. I know this is something that he's been passionate about for over, I think like the last 2-3 years he's been trying to like get in this position. So congratulations to Glenn Jacobs. Please don't have any Katie Vick type scandals.
Oh God,
And,
no.
How did that not stop him from getting this mayorship?
Because it's Knoxville, Tennessee, not Chicago.
I think that's what they do.
Maybe necrophilia is legal. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to say I think that's normal in Knoxville.
They're
Tennessee.
called necrophiles. It just should be
the Nashville Necrophiles. That's their football team. So Pat, I did not. You said you did not watch SmackDown, right? I watched recaps, so I can go over SmackDown.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Usually, this is where I invoke the Val Capone, and so WWE SmackDown, the better of the two shows right now.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch is out. Becky Lynch is out there being interviewed by Renee Young. And Renee Young's like, "Hey, you're at SummerSlam. You're gonna face Carmella and for the belt." And he's like, "Yes." He's like, "I've been grinding and grinding. I haven't been champion for almost 2 years, and it's about time." And then Carmella comes out, and she's doing this fake. This is actually a pretty good segment. She's doing like a fake crying, and she's like, "You know what, Becky? I've always looked up to you, and when you were killing it in NXT, I was being overlooked. When you're killing it here, I was being overlooked. And even to this day, people think I'm a joke, blah, blah, blah." And she's like fake crying, right? And then James Ellsworth music comes out, plays. Even though he got fired last week, his music plays. Becky Lynch is distracted. And suddenly Carmella does a 180 emotionally and starts beating the hell out of Becky Lynch. She grabs a chair, which was awesome. And as she's about to brutalize Becky Lynch, Charlotte's music plays. She comes out, makes the save, and it's a nice, sweet moment.
Wonderful.
Then the Usos had an amazing backstage segment talking about the penitentiary. They even started talking about, you want to shine that those. I don't know what they were. I think they were talking about. I don't know what they told the bar to shine something up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it right up your. And then one of the Usos was like, "Hey, don't use the Rock's thing, use our own thing." And then they started talking about Uso Penitentiary and Bulge Brothers have a whole different meaning in the Uso Penitentiary, and pancakes have a whole different meaning in the Uso Penitentiary, all that stuff. And they're like, "We're gonna beat them, and we're gonna win. We're gonna go to SummerSlam to face the Bulge Brothers for the championship." Then the bar comes out, and they defeat the Usos to advance to the finals of the SummerSlam tag team tournament. And the whole time, the freaking New Day. No, Pat, I think you agree with me on this. The version of it that is now called Tyler Perry's The New Day was out there eating hundreds of pancakes.
Oh, man.
And on their own commentary, I don't know where that alternate audio could be heard, but Tyler Perry presents the New Days was sitting there eating pancakes, talking trash. Then Samoa Joe came out with a quote-unquote personal message to AJ Styles. Guys, this was Samoa Joe. I don't think anyone does a better promo than him right now in WWE. Like, besides maybe Tommaso Ciampa, but we'll get to that later.
Yes.
But Samoa Joe had an amazing message to AJ Styles saying, "You know what? You've made this title very prestigious at the expense of your own family, but don't worry. I'll take that title off your hands so you can go back to your family." I'm paraphrasing here. Very good, very intense. Also, Samoa Joe must have been in the gorilla position, and someone said, "Hey, Joe, you need some more spray tan," and sprayed the hell out of him because he was they had an extreme close-up to his face. He was sweating. Solid orange orange streaks were coming down his face. So that was fun.
Oh God,
that was fun. Then,
and he normally wears like a white towel.
Yeah, and he had a towel and he wasn't using it.
Probably because it would be like all orange.
It would be an orange towel. Yeah, it would be like, "Oh, is that Taz's towel?"
No.
So then Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton beat the living hell out of Jeff Hardy. This is a really fun two-heel dynamic. Orton and Nakamura are going to go off on each other at some point, but right now they're both just terrorizing Jeff Hardy. They like rub Jeff Hardy's face paint off. It was pretty cool. It was pretty, And then Randy Orton, what's nice is he keeps teasing the RKO, but then he just doesn't do it, which is perfect heel move.
Yeah.
Then you had Zelina Vega defeating Lana with some interference from Aiden English. Once again, they're trying to drive a wedge between the Rusev Day stable, which makes no sense whatsoever. But that happened. The Miz was on the Titantron, if they still call it that, and he was talking trash to Daniel Bryan and stuff about babies crying and you're a big baby and I'm filming my show with my baby and stuff about babies, so I don't care.
You talk, Black Market Ivan saying the word baby is just foreign to me. It sounds and looks hilarious.
I don't like babies at all. Then Carmella goes back to, hey guys, Paige here. And she starts talking trash to Paige, saying, you're just jealous because you can't ever compete for the belt again, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you get a handle on this damn show? Because, Charlotte came out. And then Paige is like, okay, I'm not going to make up my bad British accent because Dan is in the chat room right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't do that.
But somehow Paige being British has a bad British accent. Does that make sense? So she's like, you know what? Okay, guess what? You're going to face Charlotte tonight. And if Charlotte wins, your match at SummerSlam is now a triple threat, which I think sucks for Becky Lynch because there's no way in hell Becky Lynch is going to win now.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like, come on. So, but that's pretty cool. I'm sure Val right now is like swerving off the road listening to this. Like, yeah! So that's that. SmackDown was pretty cool. Pat, 205 Live. Did you watch it this week?
Yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I wish I was taking a shit or something.
There's so many deep breaths that sound. It just sets me up for disappointment.
Yeah, like I know it's not a good show when I hear you breathe.
It wasn't really. Yeah, it wasn't really a good show this week. I think it's probably because it lacked Mustafa Ali or Drew Gulak or those guys. But we had Kalisto
controversy.
Cedric Alexander just yelling surprise at everybody before he.
Oh my God,
that fucking guy. So Kalisto defeated the cruiserweight Buff Bagwell, Tony Nese. Leo Rush defeated another jobber, Ricky Martinez. I'm pretty sure he'll be in the cruiserweight title picture sooner than you think because of Cedric Alexander. I don't know what they're going to do with him. But speaking of Cedric Cosby Alexander, he defeated the Brian Kendrick in the main event. Since then, he has put out a tweet saying that he apologized for the tweet. It was a joke. Since then, he's a completely different person now that he has a kid and he's married, and he would never say anything like that now. But I just feel like when him and Ty Dillinger did it. Ty Dillinger immediately apologized for it, said, hey, this was wrong. It's fucked up. Cedric, on the other hand, he locked his account. He deleted all his tweets and then waited like 2 days to say something about it or whatever. But so I don't know if there'll be any punishment for that. And I'm currently getting punished by watching fucking who is this? Steve Mongo McMichaels with Deborah going against some dude named Joe Gomez. I've never seen before.
Wow. This is Bash at the Beach?
Yes.
Wow.
Never seen this guy before in my life, but Steve Mongo McMichaels wins with a Tombstone Power Driver. And it's a shitty one too. Oh my God. So that was 205 Live. Nothing. Nothing to remember. No, like I said, no Mustafa Ali, no Buddy Murphy, no fucking Drew Gulak, no Hideo Itami.
But isn't Mustafa? I saw a tweet of him like in the hospital.
In the hospital, yeah. I don't. There hasn't been any information about that. He just like on Instagram said, "Yeah, I'm in the hospital. Surprise," and that was it. Oh my God. So now, that was about it. So I'm still watching this. I hate watching old pay-per-views because you see so many dead people. Like I'm seeing Miss Elizabeth, I'm seeing Woman. Like, it's just so crazy looking at, all these these matches, man, because a lot of these people are no longer roaming the earth with us. So yeah, it sucks, but Ric Flair just beat Conan for the fucking United States Heavyweight Championship, which I don't know why Conan's dressed like Ryback, but
Wait,
whatever.
Ric Flair beat him, you said?
Yes, Ric Flair just beat, and he has. I didn't know Woman was his manager at this time. I thought she was still in the. Oh shit! Matter of fact, Miss Elizabeth and Woman are Ric Flair's managers or valets or whatever, and they just beat Conan, who's dressed like Ryback. So that was interesting.
Does Ryback still do? Have you been listening to the podcast? I know you said it was getting
fuck
worse.
that guy. Fuck that guy. All right, this is what I gotta say about Ryback. Okay, I don't know if you guys seen it, but he had a commercial not that long ago for his fat burning pill, and he has like this bigger woman in front of a pool, and she's like talking shit, like, yeah, I'm, blah blah blah, I'm fat and blah blah blah. And,
Oh God.
and he clotheslines the chick into the pool. And then out comes a skinny female that, number one, doesn't look like the first chick at all. I think the first chick had like blonde hair, and then the chick that came out the pool had like red hair. First of all, I think that's like body shaming what he was doing. Like I didn't get what, it didn't make me want to buy his product to see him clothesline a female. She had to be maybe in the upper 280, 290, and humiliate her. And I just thought that was tasteless as fuck. And yeah, fuck Ryback, man. He's on my shit list too. He's right up there with Hogan, Alexa Bliss, Cedric Alexander, Booker T. Yeah, Ryback's probably number 2.
Well, speaking of Hogan, real quick question. I saw a thumbnail of a video. I didn't watch it. That said rumors of NWO coming back.
Okay, so I had to go on the schedule for one fall Twitter because he blocked me on my personal Twitter. Fucking old fucking fart.
Yes. Remember we talked about this. I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this is like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and he was on a jet to, I guess, Monday Night Raw for like I don't know. I guess to call people niggers or something. I don't know. And he, like, while he was talking, like the camera kind of like cut to black and white, and you heard like the NWO music, and he's like, "Oh, something's wrong with my phone. I'll talk to you guys later, brothers." And then that was it. But it looked like he was teasing. Yeah, so like
forgive me, you went dark for a second. You said it was like he was teasing.
Yeah, he was teasing like NWO, like he was talking, and then it cut to black and white, and you heard like the new world order, and then he's like, "Oh, something's wrong with my phone, brothers. I gotta get off the phone, brother." And, that was
Kevin Nash still wrestles, right?
Yeah,
but not Scott Hall.
I don't think any of them wrestle. Like, Kevin Nash,
X-Pac still does.
X-Pac does. And yeah, before we get into NXT, I highly suggest people listen to his podcast, X-Pac 123 60 or whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's that X-Pac 12360. He just interviewed Rich Swann, but before that, he was talking about the whole Brian Lawler, Brian Christopher thing. And it was very depressing to hear, because he was like crying and shit, and like getting to it because he feels like, it's the jail's fault for what happened to Brian Christopher. Like when you put someone in solitary confinement by themselves and they're depressed, like anything can happen. And X-Pac was explaining, like, I've tried to hang myself once, so I know how low you have to be in that place or whatever. And it's a very good thing. But also I do want to give a shout out to Rich Swann, because he's talked me into trying to get a ticket to Warrior Wrestling, which is, I think, a day after All In. He was explaining like the card and stuff, who's going to be on there, and the main event is going to be 8 people. I can't remember who. I know Rey Mysterio's in it as well. He's in it. So it's going to start as like a 4 he explained the rules.
Scramble or like something scramble.
Well, I forget. It's like an anarchy something. So the rules are: it's going to be 8 people. It's going to start as a 4-on-4, like a 4. I guess a 4-man tag or whatever. Then the winners of that 4-man tag, it gets turned into I believe a 4-way, and then it turns into a triple threat match, and then it turns into a 1-on-1. So I've never seen anything like that where it starts as like, all these guys, and then it like goes down to like 1-on-1. But the card is stacked. I know it's in like Cicero or whatever. Rich Swann is on it. Austin Aries, Rey Mysterio Jr. is on it, and I think that might be Rey Mysterio's last Indies thing, because he's rumored to like be back in the WWE next month. So but yeah, that's all I meant to say. Like, that's about it. Danielle, you're not drunk, which is surprising.
I gotta rotate it out,
Yeah. Can you tell us about NXT this week?
Yes. 1 second.
Wait, hold on, real quick before we go, because like I said, we've got this guy here. It's like 5 a.m. now. So, Pat, to your point earlier about watching old pay-per-views depresses you because people are dead, he says, he goes, I live in North Devon. It's like God's waiting room here. I see The Walking Dead all the time. An old pay-per-view is way better than being stuck in the post office line on pension day. Oh my God.
I could.
That's wild.
Hence my pause. I was reading this while you were introducing my segment that I just couldn't. I had to take it all in.
So thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you, Dan. I think where you live in Britain looks very peaceful and nice and kind of lonely, which I really envy. But then you're right, that could be kind of depressing as well. So Danielle, sorry to interrupt, but NXT, hot off the heels of Tommaso Ciampa winning the belt last week, how was this week's episode?
It's well, let's just go through the evening, shall we? We start out the night with Heavy Machinery defeating the previous TM61, now being rebranded as the Mighty, because there's been this drama and controversy between the possibility of the Mighty sabotaging Heavy Machinery and taking one of the guys out, all this jazz. Very entertaining, fun to watch. They were interrupted. Well, technically it was a distraction by the Street Profits, just causing a dance-off distraction in the crowd. And that's how Heavy Machinery picked up the win. And then we followed that match with my thick boy, THICCBOI, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bates, Mustache Mountain, defeating jobbers. But were they jobbers? I feel like they've been used before.
It looked like remember that one episode of The Simpsons where they had like, it was like a documentary about The Simpsons, so they hired actors to play The Simpsons.
Oh yes.
And it was just these generic looking people. These guys looked like if someone hired someone to reenact the Ascension without makeup.
Yes, I mean, to me, one of the guys, which I don't remember who, was like a Killian Dane knockoff. He had the hair going and the body hair going, and like the trunks situation. Anyways, but Mustache Mountain defeated them, and then they got on the mic and did their what do you call it? The clause to have a rematch, or the rematch. Oh, they call it the rematch clause. Okay, yeah. For TakeOver Brooklyn, which is in how many weeks? I don't even know anymore.
Let's see.
To face Undisputed Era. It'd be awesome. I don't know. I'm kind of torn because I love both parties. We'll see what happens. It was a great match. Who cares about the jobbers? It's all about watching that thick boy and his little brother wrestle. So we follow that up with EC3, which has a back knee situation that all I wanted to do was exfoliate and pop his acne and all those pimples on his back. But he defeated the finest Kona Reeves, which I was in the middle of the road about that because I enjoy both of them, but they're building EC3 up, obviously. And then the beautiful Velveteen Dream made his appearance to talk about and well, not really talk about, but just to call out EC3 on him not letting go their spat that happened in the UK with that match. So I believe that will be happening at TakeOver Brooklyn, EC3 versus Velveteen Dream.
By the way, it is Saturday, August 18th. So
okay.
a little over 3 weeks. Let me see.
I'm a little rusty on looking up all my information today. Bear with me.
And she's sober.
I'm sober and I don't know what's happening. That's just a terrible host. Yeah. Sorry, that I'm the amateur one.
Oh no, trust me. You're the one with the fans. No one talked about me or Simon in the fucking review.
So yes, EC3 versus Velveteen Dream, and also Adam Cole versus Ricochet for the North American Championship.
Yes, and that'll be Adam Cole first time defend. No, I think he did a little.
I think second.
Yeah, little not important match for that, but yeah, it'll be good. I look forward to that because I'm really backing Velveteen Dream on this. I love everything. I love his spots. I like how he is such a queen when he walks out. I like just everything the guy is doing.
And what did he say? He's like EC3. He's like, if you want to come backstage and have the Velveteen Dream experience or something amazing like that. That was like crazy.
There's just always this sexual undertone with everything he does, and I am enjoying every moment of that. So keep it up. We'll see what happens. We also have this little, well, I guess it's not really a little match, but Shayna Baszler versus Candice LeRae. And there were so many times that Candice got pushed off the ropes and hit the ground that I was like, that's it. She's done. She's got to be out for the rest of the match because they are playing her as a piece of glass. And you know what? She did a great job. You know, of course they're going to keep Shayna being the strong heel champion that she is. So
greatest heel champion that's T history.
Yes. So, but they gave Candice some good spots to let her show off her.
Match.
Yeah, like that's her little indie side of her of being a badass, good girl badass. They let
with the worst theme song of all time.
I don't want to talk about her fucking entrance music. It's so shitty. Her and Johnny Wrestling's music can just suck it. Okay, that's just it. But good match. I hope they eventually let Candice be who she is and just annihilate the whole roster. It'll happen. We just gotta wait for her turn, right? And then we have a interesting segment. So they end NXT with Tommaso Ciampa coming out and just, you know, ripping the crowd apart when it comes to his attitude, his body language, and fans are screaming at him, and that just being the epitome of the perfect anti-champion. And he gets in the ring and he's just saying that I'm your champion and I've earned it and I'm so much better than everybody else on the roster. And Aleister Black's music hits and he comes walking to the ring and Mr. Johnny Wrestling comes running and says, "You won because of me." And he repeated that sentence at least 5 or 6 times. And Aleister Black gets into he was already in the ring, I think. No, he ends up walking into the ring and Tommaso runs away. And what happens? Johnny turns around and Aleister gives him black mass knocks his ass out and has a good moment and says, yes, you're right. You are the reason he won, or I forgot how he worded it, but it was very sweet. It was a little revenge for Mr. Aleister Black to just knock this good boy with his mission to destroy Tommaso, which is not going to happen, and we all know why. So it was great. I love NXT. NXT is awesome. Again, I say it every week. NXT is the top tier of the WWE roster of shows, and they keep pulling out all the spots on performances, storyline, and they keep us entertained. So if we go by ratings, I give this a 4-star review. What do you guys think?
Well, real quick. Literally maybe 10 minutes ago, this report just came out that Aleister Black was injured at an NXT live event. It says he was injured on a spot that saw him crotched by Tommaso Ciampa during the show. I don't know what necessarily that means, but it says that he had a neck. Oh, no, wait. No, it doesn't say what.
Beard injury?
No, maybe he needs a neck beard injury. No, but it doesn't say specifically what. But crotched, meaning like you got hit in the balls?
I don't know. Does it require like surgery?
I think full dick removal is what I read.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's at least out for a year for that.
Dickorectomy is what they call it.
So is he out for?
Yeah, it says.
But is this a work though? Because he technically, William Regal did not mention him having any match for TakeOver. So
it says it is unknown how long he will be sidelined, but it doesn't appear to be too long as he is still scheduled. But then it says spoilers, so I'm not going to read that. To take place on the Brooklyn card. So yeah, maybe it's a work just to keep him off, just to keep him hidden. So when he comes out, and inevitably interrupts someone's match, it'll be a surprise. So maybe, I hope he's okay.
Wait, okay, let's talk about the card for just a brief moment. Ciampa doesn't have anybody going after him technically, except for, of course, Johnny Wrestling. And if Aleister does like make an appearance to invoke his rematch clause, which I feel would have addressed that already. So I think they're definitely going to build the last match as the Ricochet and Adam Cole title match, and maybe not have Ciampa fight.
Well, the rumor here, it says rumored Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black for the championship. Rumored.
Interesting.
I think that would suck. I don't think you
not
need
a
to have
fan.
a triple threat.
I
hate triple threat matches, actually.
I hope that rumor is just a rumor.
Yeah. Like keep Aleister away for a while, or keep Gargano away for a while. Or I think, Danielle, our conversation the other day, I think they need to build Ciampa Gargano 3, and they need to wait till take over Chicago 3 next year. I think they need to build it for that long. I think that would be great.
I'd be down for them. Ciampa's amazing. His promo, just as we said earlier, is as strong as Samoa Joe's. They're probably AJ Styles is good on the mic as well. So they got a couple strong vocal guys. So, I hope that he keeps the title for a while and plays this horrible guy and talking shit to the fans and everybody hating his ass. It's awesome. I love it. And it keeps the no music entrance.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a throwback to what a heel should be in wrestling. But again, NXT is awesome. There's a lot of good matches that are coming up for TakeOver Brooklyn, and I look forward to only watching that pay-per-view. I mean, of course, I'll watch SummerSlam, but I'll be actually listening to it in the background while I'm doing something more productive with my life.
Taking a shit.
Yes, that is very productive and cleansing. So if that happens, I'll just keep the volume on max and have a good time. I guess.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm watching like I said, I'm watching Bash at the Beach, and watching Hogan turn is so surreal, watching it 22 years later. And just seeing all the people throw trash in the fucking ring, like, this shit is crazy. I kind of wish I was there, but no, I take it back. No, I don't wish I was there, because this crowd looks really racist. don't see that many people my shade there, but yeah, so surreal seeing people throw popcorn and beer and trash on Hall Nash and that fucking racist Hulk Hogan. So well deserved for Hogan, but yeah.
Well, Black Market Ivan and I have discussed this a handful of times about the WWE/WWF universe. And every time we go to a show for anything WWE, even the NXT shows, the crowd can get very, depending on where you're sitting, the crowd can get real dumb, and their actions, behaviors, and the chants, and just the dumb shit that comes out of their mouths. It gets very annoying, and then we'll watch little clips from old pay-per-views or like what you're watching right now, and to watch those crowds, I kind of take back how I feel about the current behavior of the universe. Because back then, people, first of all, everybody had a fucking sign. So how could you see the damn ring? Because 8,000 signs would be in front of you. And then the shit that you're watching right now, Pat, like, people were, I mean, they're always going to be rowdy and rough, but whipping shit into the ring and like just being very disrespectful to the performance and just the where they're at. That even though I'm annoyed about the stupidity of the current WWE fan, I think I definitely would rather deal with today's crowd than the crowd from 15 years ago.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yep.
So, no, I agree. I mean, the signs. I don't know. We need to say we'll save this segment for next week when Val's on, because she will probably have her own take on it. But here's my thing. Okay, front row tickets, right? They cost a lot of money. If you're sitting in the front row, why do you have to stand up? This is just the old man thing. Why do you have to stand up if you're in the front row? You're in the front row. Nothing's in front of you.
Yes, I get it. Why fucking stand? Even kids, sit your fucking badass down. There's no reason for you to stand up.
There's people behind you that paid also a lot of money but are not in front, and you, every time you have to stand up, just sit down. Sit the hell down. And the guy with the long hair, buy tickets on the other side of the ring. I don't want to see your face anymore.
Oh my God. What if he listens to our podcast?
Then I'm sorry.
Welcome.
Then I'm sorry, and your mom looks cool. So, because Val's not here, I will be your Chicago wrestling liaison this week to tell you events that are happening this week. There is no freelance wrestling that I can see on for this week. There was a show last week, but there is AAW at the LaSalle. It's in Chicago. Hold on. It's AAW Wrestling Jawbreaker is the name of the pay-per-view. And it is at the Knights of Columbus on 209 South Gooding Street in LaSalle, Illinois. 7 p.m. all ages event. I can't find a card anywhere on their site anywhere, but I'm gonna tell you who's appearing. You got Brody King, DJ Z, Stephen Wolf, MJF. Once again, I am not too versed in the indie scenes.
MJF is he's one of the students from, I think Kurt Hawkins taught him, and I know he was talking about him on his podcast, and apparently he's like been killing it on the indies. I know who DJ Z is. He was in Impact, probably still is in Impact, and he's really good as well. Wish he was in 205.
Well, MJF is also going to be at All In, by the way.
Oh, really? That's the guy you were talking about?
That's the guy I was talking about.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Hold on.
Like, there's a couple indie guys.
Who's in All In?
JF.
MJF. If you follow him on Twitter, it's @the_MJF.
That's what you were telling me about.
He's going to be at our show. I don't remember who he's going to be facing, but yeah, he's like he definitely check him out. He's a great heel. He's an asshole on Twitter. He definitely owns that type of character, and his spots are good. Like he's definitely somebody to check out, and we will see him in a couple weeks, actually a month from yesterday.
Cool.
Wow.
I cannot wait. I am.
That's crazy.
I'm like a little girl seeing a unicorn. I'm so excited. Anyways, I just had
You got Zach. That's cool. Yeah, I remember you were telling me. I didn't know that was him. You got Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, Paco, and Ace Romero. So a lot of top talent. Once again, I'm not too familiar with these guys, but it is going on tomorrow. I'm sure there are still tickets. And then you have Eddie Kingston versus MVP. That is right, the MVP. And there's a meet and greet just to meet MVP as well. Tickets $15, guys. You can't beat that. So, one more. Okay, here we go. ACH, the current heavyweight AW heavyweight champion, versus Jeff Cobb, who we just saw in the New Japan circuit. This should be great. Then Besties in the World versus LAX for the AEW Tag Team Championship. It is the LAX, not the OGs. Then Kimber Lee, the current women's champion, versus Jessica Havoc. And Trevor Lee, the AEW Heritage Champion, versus Myron Reed, a guy with a Dennis Rodman haircut a la 1997. So it looks good. It looks great, Pat. I mean, I know all of us need to go to one of these shows. It's just Friday nights. I don't know. I just usually can't make it down to the city.
No, the same thing. I want to make it, but I'm always kind of on the go. Like, I kind of feel like an indie wrestler at some point. Like, sometimes I'm at home from like Monday to Thursday. Then like Friday, I'm kind of on the road. I'm kind of just wandering, kind of like the drifter. I don't know. I just don't, and I want to support AAW, and because I know they're a big advocate for our co-host Val, and I also want to go there to support her as well because I know she's doing the ring announcing and things like that. So I definitely want to pull up to an AAW show, and I'm just gonna, I think it's gonna take Val for her to physically kidnap me and say, "Hey, we're going to the show. Shut the fuck up. Put this sock in your mouth and this blindfold over your eyes, and I'm gonna drive you there, and we're gonna see this fucking show." And like I said, I definitely want to go. It's just just like you said, man. Their shows that are on Friday, and like normally I'm like fucking busy as shit.
And it's hard for us because we are unfortunately in the retail world. So
yeah,
nights and weekends are Monday through Friday pretty much. So
yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
So
Hardly Dan said, "Hey, when I visit Chicago, I will buy us some front row tickets. If you stand up, you have to pay."
Oh,
so I will not stand.
Okay, I can't see you with you guys because I like to stand and jump around, and Simon just sits there and cringes at me.
On the front row.
I will handcuff my ankles to the chair.
I just don't get it. You're in the front row. No one's in front of you. The only thing in front of you is the wrestler.
Yeah, but you're just excited. You're in the moment. You just want to be like in the action.
But when you stand up, the person behind you can't see.
I don't give a shit. Fuck them.
Fuck. Oh well. Fuck them. Okay. All right. That's very white of Danielle to, just disregard.
Yes, I'm very selfish. I will own that. Okay. Every concert and every wrestling event, Mr. Blackmark and Ivan and I attend, it's always two things. It's me getting crazy and in the moment and feeling whatever it is. And then there's Simon that's just standing there like the bodyguard, disappointed and shaking his head.
No, I'm not disappointed. No, but like with religion, how everyone worships differently, you can also enjoy the arts differently as well. So, like to me, even at a concert, yeah, I'm the guy with my arms folded, but I'm grooving on the inside. Like I'm like feeling the music on the inside. I don't have to bounce my head around and headbang, and I don't have to dance like
I like to
just
sing.
actually I feel it.
I
You know,
can't
feel it
sing,
inside.
but I like to sing.
No, it's fine.
Stop-
but and
stop-
for wrestling,
stop judging me.
For wrestling, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm judging others. For wrestling, I don't have to get wild. I don't have to scream and no. I'm just like, well, I'm here. I'm paying to see them. I'm not paying for me to do work. Kind of like the original Kings of Comedy. I think it was Steve Harvey or I forgot who was saying. He's like, if I go to a rap show and they're like, put your hands in the air and do this. He's like, I paid good money for these tickets. Why do I have to do all the work? No, I just want to sit there and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, fuck Steve Harvey, but yeah, I feel him. Yeah, like why should I have to fucking do anything if I paid?
No,
yeah,
right.
fuck crowd
I have
participation.
a side story about Steve Harvey. It's pretty
Oh my
disgusting.
God.
I don't know if I should discuss this on air or it should be a.
We have
off
11
air.
minutes, so we need to fill it with some kind
Yeah,
of
we
crap.
need to fill up some. Yeah, if it doesn't, if it involves fisting, yeah, we can forget
It
it.
involves shit.
Okay, hit us.
Okay.
So there's a friend of mine whose parent works for a very astute hotel downtown,
Mhm.
the Waldorf. Let's just plug it right now.
Okay. Keep
And-
narrowing it down so they'll know exactly who we're talking
Yeah,
about.
we know who you're talking
they'll
about,
get
yeah.
followed. She's like, keep narrowing it
No,
down.
she has moved on to a more prestige,
Bigger and better things.
and she was one of the lady. She was a lady. She was a lady. She is a lady. Cleaning.
Oh, she
You-
got the surgery already. Wow.
Bet you can edit that out. So she is one that maintains the bathrooms. And
Uh-huh.
Mr. Steve Harvey was staying and had a show or some shit going on, and the bathroom he used was a single use or single room.
Okay.
What as opposed to what?
One person in at a time. There's
The
no
bathroom?
stalls or anything. Yes.
In your private bathroom?
No, it was out in this foyer private.
Oh, okay, not in
area.
his room.
No,
Oh,
no,
I'm
no,
about to say
like,
it
this
better
is
be.
a
What the hell?
technically a public restroom, but for one person at a time. So it's kind of like a family restroom.
Don't tell me he went in there with a mustache and he came out with no mustache because that'll freak me out.
Well, so the people who clean, like this lady who cleans the restroom,
Yeah.
was waiting outside the door. Let him go in. He finishes his business and like leaves. She goes in. There is excrement sprayed all over the seat and the wall. And in this hotel, they don't have paper towels. They use actual towels to dry people's hands.
You have to wash, right?
That you have to, when you wash your hands, you use the towel and you throw it down in the little basket. And that there were the sink was dry, no soap was used, and no towel was used. So Mr. Steve Harvey sprayed shit all over this bathroom and apparently didn't wash his hands. And then left the bathroom and left this old Croatian woman to clean up his shit.
Oh my god.
So-
It's,
So
Yes.
so him being the host of Family Feud, do you think she's standing outside with her mop and she's like waiting to clean, right? And you hear him inside, like, and you hear, first of all, you hear behind the door, you hear, like all this horrible, and you hear this liquidy farts, and you hear him really muffled, and I'm gonna muffle my mouth. He goes, "Survey says, God damn."
Oh my god.
You think
Oh,
she heard that?
is that racist? I don't know. Pat, is that racist?
no, that's
No,
not
it's
racist. at all.
Blasphemous. It's blasphemous.
Well, anyway, so since I was told and shared, the story was shared with me, I can't view Steve Harvey in the same light. I would really want, if I were to meet him, I'd want to shake his hand, and I don't want to shake his hand anymore. No, that's
racist. That's racist.
it is racist.
No, I'm just
'cause
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
that's how it'll come off, but it's because of the shit,
That's
because he didn't
poopus.
wash his hands, and that's where my mind goes because I can't handle that.
Well, thank you for your story, Danielle. And Hardly Dan says, we had a phantom crapper at school. One morning there was a turd on the toilet seat. Another time there was crap sprayed all over the lockers. I'm willing to bet that's like a teacher,
Oh god,
someone that's there early hours. But
Um,
he thinks it's a Scientology thing. The Steve Harvey thing. Is Steve Harvey a Scientologist?
I don't know. He could be. I don't know.
he might be.
Like
So
to ascend
they-
to the next level, he needs to.
Yeah, he's
Spray
trying to reach his clear. He hasn't gone clear yet.
So then, yo, it was kind of like the video I just posted in our private chat.
Let me open
I'm
this
trying to
up.
just
Oh, yeah. There's a video of it says how people use gas station bathrooms. There's a guy holding himself up against the wall,
Oh my
and he's
God.
just pissing and grabbing. Yeah.
That's
no,
pretty much how it was described. But you know what? Okay, so there was another retail establishment that I worked in years ago, and it was there. The restrooms were public, and that's what I would walk into every day. I would clock into my shift, and I mean, women are fucking disgusting. I'm just
oh my god! When I used to work at Kmart
Ugh.
back in high school, right here on Peterson Avenue in Chicago, which is no longer there because I think a lot of people, including myself, stole so much shit that they went out of business. I remember before I got promoted to electronics and housewares, they kind of tried to have me on bathroom duty, and I told them I'm not doing this shit, and they ended up getting like someone else to do it. But I remember going into the females' bathroom and just seeing, oh my, I don't even want to talk about it. Danielle, I'm sure you know what's in females' bathrooms and stuff. Oh my god, it's
disgusting. Like, women are fucking disgusting. I don't understand. Like, I have a phobia and I have issues every time I go to the restroom anywhere, like to the point where I will just hold it for hours until I'm shaking and sweating until I can come home. I just can't. I can't because women are fucking disgusting. I can't tell you how many times I've seen tampons getting thrown, bloody tampons, from stall to stall.
Yeah, fucking clogging the toilets.
Pads stuck on the wall.
Yeah, like
shit
oh
sprayed
my God.
everywhere.
Like
Just
I don't really do public, like even like on airplanes. I hate using airplane fucking toilets. I don't like using the bathrooms at O'Hare, even though they're pretty clean in O'Hare. I can't trust it. I don't know, man. I just feel like, it's not clean enough. I barely want to sit on my toilet. I know what I crap out, and I barely want to sit on mine. So why would I sit on someone else's? But yeah, oh man, I can't believe we're talking about shit on our show, but this must be the Enzo section of the fucking podcast. So I think it works out well.
I think these are just stories everyone has experienced, and we just need them to know that they're not alone. We are here for them, and we've experienced the same drama and trauma and OCD tendencies that come with that experience.
So, one last thing. So, about a month ago, we were on a bus from one state in Mexico to another. And I'm tired. It's been a long week. We're like past an hour. We're like, dude, we just want to get home, right? So we're on this bus, and when you're on the bus in Mexico, it's a beautiful, like, huge tour bus type thing. But it's very curvy and twisty mountains, right, that you're driving through. So I go to the bathroom, and by the time I get to the bathroom, I'm jumping, I'm crashing into the walls, and it's like an ordeal to even get to the bathroom without falling down. So, as most men know, you have to, ideally you want to hold your package, right, while urinating to make sure that you aim properly. Yes, you don't have to hold it if you're in a thing that's not moving, like a bus through mountains. If you're at home, you can put your hands on your hips or whatever you want to do, whatever weird thing you want to do. But so you got one hand holding it. Now the bus is rocking so violently that I'm like, well, I need to hold on to something, right? So I'm trying to aim with one hand and I'm holding on for dear life with the other, but I'm still not grounded properly. So Pat, let me tell you with full sincerity that I pissed all over that, up, down, left, right, except the ceiling, because it would have landed on me. But all four, even behind me, all four walls of that bathroom had my urine that was full of 12 days of heavy liquor drinking. So it was quite, I feel sorry for whoever went in there next last. But yeah, I had totally a Steve Harvey moment, except it was urine instead of the poo.
That's
but yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. See, so
you're just trying to say that it happens to the best of us?
Yeah.
I guess.
So I mean, I guess I feel sorry for her. And then Harley Dan said, "Hey, there are times when you should just sit." That's true, but sometimes sitting on a toilet that is on such a public setting is even worse for your own, safety.
Yep.
So guys, look, 1 minute till showtime. Danielle, any last words?
Well, thank you, Harley Dan, for being a participant in tonight's episode. We will shout you out many times. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm done, Val. We missed you. We'll see you next week. Pat, happy birthday again. 1 more minute of your birthday. And Pat, final words.
Yeah, why don't you close out the show, because you tend to disappear.
Yeah, don't just end the call. Why don't you say goodbye this time instead of just deleting yourself from the call?
Okay,
I don't listen to the Gamesman podcast, thegamesman.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah, before we go, I do want to give a shout out to the Mary Marks and Going In Raw. I know they were talking about meeting up at All In, and those are 2 podcasts that I listen to, especially Going In Raw. Like, those guys are phenomenal when it comes to like the podcasting stuff. I mean, they're pretty much, they're scientific with it, but it's like in a good way, a fun way. They're a very good listen. So hopefully I get to see those guys as well. I know I have a lot of guys coming in from All In. My homie Shaggy's coming in and stuff like that. Holy shit, my birthday's over. Who gives a shit about anything else? I am pissed. My birthday is over now. I can't take it anymore. This is
Hope you
crap.
had fun.
This motherfucker!
He
totally hung the fuck
my
up.
God.
He's such a
Danielle.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of him when I see him in All In.
Danielle, this podcast he's talking about is called Going In Raw.
I know. I was just taking it all in.
They are complete. I'm sure they're great. They will be complete idiots if they don't make a t-shirt that says Going All In Raw for the event.
Trademark that. Shit, we better make some fucking money off this.
If you guys don't make that shirt, you are idiots. And by the way, shout out to Lacey Evans. Stop prostituting your daughter on social media. Stop whoring her out for likes. Let her live her childhood. Let her be a normal little girl.
Val Capone is swerving into a tree right now.
Yeah, I'm going to call DCFS and get her taken away from you if you keep doing that. So, happy birthday, Pat. We'll see you guys next week for episode 25. Oh, my God. I can't believe how fast this year is going. So, for Val Capone, for La Flama Blanca, for Patrick Pryor, this is Black Market Ivan, scheduled for one fall, the official podcast of Chicago.
Okay, have a good night. Bye.